Hello, guys. So today is Sunday, May 3rd. Today is part two of my four-part final videos. Yesterday I talked about how the whole thing started, kind of just chronologically talking about the issues. And today I'm going to be talking about um, my issues or my biggest fall throughs of um, the homeschooling and the coronavirus, um, homeschooling issue. Uh, so I'm going to be breaking this up into the two parts, which is the homeschooling aspect and then the coronavirus aspect. And I'm going to be and I'm going to have three main points. Sleeping for homeschool, I would say is the biggest issue that I had, and probably a lot of people. It's just really hard to keep your sleep schedule intact whenever you don't have anything to wake you up. Like a lot of people complain about the fact that school is so early, but I think one thing it does well is it just keeps people on a schedule because I don't know, it just personally I never minded it because I could always try and at least get myself in bed by 10 and try and be up by 7, 6. So, but this homeschool, it's just it's really hard to want to wake up if you don't have anything to keep you up. I mean, it's not like there's any set times for schooling. So, yeah. The second part for issues, I would say, is probably gaming the system. It's really easy to cheat, and not only is it easy to cheat, it's also really easy to just like set yourself on the deadline and do it last minute, which is that's not how you do schoolwork usually. Like if there's something due on Friday, let's say, you usually spend the week doing it and your brain works better like that. You produce better content, but you really whenever you just see a due date, you're like, "Oh, I have until Friday." It's like Monday. So you wait till Friday because you're nothing in your brain. Well, not nothing in your brain, nothing outside your brain is telling you to do it. Like no one else is telling you to do work on Monday if it's due Friday. You might as well do something else. So that's what I say would be the second biggest issue, or is the second biggest issue. And I'd say the third and probably biggest point, I think most people know about this, but for homeschooling, it's just the social aspect you miss out on. I mean, you probably get used to it if you're not, if you've been homeschooled. I mean, there's the stereotype of the homeschool kid is funny or whatever, but I mean, it's really it's almost demanding to do school all by yourself. Like you don't realize how much you feed off of your teacher's information that you absorb just by them talking, even not about the topic, but also your classmates. Like they have information you can gain just as much. Like this is I mean, obviously there's more aspects to the social aspect than just the schooling and knowledge part, but I mean it's there. It's definitely there. Luckily I've been able to stay in contact with people that are in my class and I can talk about it, but for example, for math, I spend 6 hours on a problem. I get through not even one half of it. I spend 3 hours with my friends and we're done in like 3 hours, obviously. Okay, and part two, the coronavirus aspect. What the biggest parts that sucked. I think the first biggest point is probably just how boring it is and how tired you get. Um, you would not believe how much sleep you can get whenever you're just doing nothing all day. I mean, why do you want to get up if you can just sleep? Like it's crazy. Whenever you just have nothing, you have no reason to get up and get out. Like, especially even if you spend your time online, people don't there's no set times. So, Yeah, I'd say that that's one of the biggest points. Like people sleep a lot, or people sleep a lot. Number two would have to be like the cabin fever. You know, the classic like element of just being sick of being inside all the time. Because even if you can see your friends, like I can, you just sometimes you just want to be outside. Like sometimes you just want to see strangers. Sometimes you just want to see your friends face to face, and it's like it's really, I mean, even if you're not counting your friends, it kind of sucks just like laying down all day and like watching series. Like you like it for the first week or two, but you get really tired of it after like a month and almost like 2 months, you know? So I'd say that probably one of the bigger ones. And the third biggest point, I would have to say about this whole coronavirus thing, and this is very coronavirus specific, I would say, is the fear and loneliness. That's what I'll call it. The fear and loneliness, because nobody wants the coronavirus, COVID-19 virus, whatever. Um, no one wants it. Especially like my dad who has a weaker immune system, you know, that's kind of scary. Like if I'm being honest, that's kind of scary if he got it. Um, so I don't want it. I don't want to get it. And I want to go out. So, and I want to meet my friends. I want to talk to my friends, just like I talked about. But I, I also don't want to. So it's kind of this like conflicting, self that you're like, you know, you want to go out, you don't want to go out. You're really scared to go out, but you really hate being inside. And so it really does cause this like loneliness effect, I'd think, where you're like, as much as you're not alone, and you're not alone, everyone's inside. That's the thing about the coronavirus or the COVID-19. Everybody inside. No one's out. You're not missing much. But you kind of feel like you do. You're kind of like you want to hang out with your friends. You want to go meet people, and it really sucks. So yeah. Um, that's today's video. Bye bye.